What is up, guys? I know I've been getting tons of messages asking for an updated sensitivity video, and I'm here today to provide that for you guys. So let's see what the fuck I got going on over here. Firstly, I use a Type B controller preset, and this basically means I aim with my L2 and I shoot with my R2. This is the basic in nearly every FPS like COD, Siege, Battlefield, and it's what I'm accustomed to, and most likely you too. So let's move on to dead zones. I keep this at a 0 for a reason. This enables me to consistently beam kids across the map. Because when you have a 0 dead zone, you don't have like stiffness, and this allows me to like properly flick and control my recoil in like a consistent way, and it's what I prefer. I know I have bad controller stick drift, and that's due to me using a tactical button preset, and that means I just crouch in my R3 and shit. So yeah, it's just something I live with, you know, something I gotta deal with, and I don't mind it that much. So for my actual sensitivities, I run a 30 forward running sensitivity and a 55 movement. Just basically means I can, you know, press R1 and look around, and it isn't too fast, but it isn't too slow. It's kind of in the middle of the pack. It's nothing too big. For my vertical sensitivity multiplier, I run 100. I don't like to run it at a 150 due to me like not really controlling my recoil too well on it, and the key to like a good sensitivity is that you kind of consistently use it yourself. You can't just keep switching your sensitivity and expecting it just to beam kids. You gotta keep going with it. So let's move on to my general and my vehicle driver sensitivity. These both are 20, and honestly, I wish I could put these up maybe to a 30 to maybe even a 40. This sense kind of hindered my sensitivities in a lot of other games. 20 is pretty low, and yeah, I'd really like if Pubg put it 30, 40, something like that. So let's go to aim acceleration rate. I keep this at a 1, and this has basically been the standard from the start. I'm not really too sure what it does, dude, but keeping it at a 1, you know, I can beam kids out cars, consistently flick. I like it. So for my over-the-shoulder aiming sensitivity, I also have this as a 20. Same with my general. This is just for when you're TPP aiming or when you're FEP and you press L1 and you're going to shoot people but you're not fully aimed in. I have this higher than my actual optics because you're not actually aiming in, so you don't really got to control recoil that much, and it helps me flick a lot more people properly. So for my ADSs, I run all 17s, and I know it's a bit high for most people. I know a lot of good players that run low ADSs, but they don't flick a lot. I use my reticle as I would, you know, when I'm not aiming in, if you know what I'm saying. I flick a lot, and having a high ADS helps me do that. And let's move on to gameplay. If you play a cross-platform on, you're probably a shitter. Delete this game immediately. And for my colorblind mode, I use a Protanopia colorblindness, and this gives me like a light blue reticle. And I use this because it helps me see a lot better than the actual red dot or any other color. Same with my crosshairs, I use a light blue because it just helps me see better. But it's whatever you guys prefer. That's just what I use. On-screen button hints, you don't really need this unless you just got the game. I had these on for the longest time, and it's honestly because I just didn't know how to turn it off. Yeah, I recommend just disabling it, but if you're new to the game, put it on for a couple weeks so you can learn them, you know, the buttons. For network debug, this is for ping. If you want to know your ping at all times, I recommend having this on. Loot flash effect, I have this on post. I always put it on post because it just helps me see a lot more things on the ground. It's just what I recommend. And for my red dot, I use just a standard dot. I used to really like the crosshairs, to be quite honest with you, but I kind of strayed away from that because I like simplicity, and the red dot's just a simple thing, and it's a lot easier to beam kids from way far, like 100, 200 meters. Red dot's the wave. I use all color ones. This is just this gives me a light blue effect on my reticles. Like I said, it's just what I prefer. Same with my reticle brightness. I keep it at a high so I can see from a distance. And yeah, For all your guns, I recommend having full auto. So like, you know, when you drop off the rip, you pick up a gun, you don't gotta go to your D-pad and, you know, switch to full auto. It's always on full auto for you. Auto reload, that's off. Auto equip scopes, I have this on. So like I said, when you jump off the rip, you find a 4x M4, I'm ripping that bitch. And you don't really need to see any of this. This isn't really too important. Neither is audio. For my field of view, I have this max. Same with my brightness, and I like a good field of view, and I like high brightness. Pretty simple. Nothing really too much has changed about my sensitivity other than my general and my over-the-shoulder aiming, but you know, this is really all preference, and what I recommend about having a good sense is that you gotta consistently play with it. You can't keep switching sensitivities, otherwise you won't get good, and that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I helped somebody out there with my sensitivity. You guys have been constantly messaging me and asking to pay for it, but frankly, I don't want you guys to pay for this shit. I want to give this to you guys for free. I want to put out content that you guys like, and I hope you guys really did enjoy. Thank you for watching, and yeah.